This video is kind of a fun video, actually, I consider, because in my time period it's been fully realized that kind of like the coming out of homosexuals in your time period here that I'm stuck in now, there is a certain orientation that you guys haven't fully realized yet. You're probably aware of it and don't realize it. It's there, you know something's up, but you just haven't made the connection that that's what it is. So I'm going to title this Another Kind of Guy. AK stands for another kind. Okay? Now, what's the drawbacks of this kind of guy, this another kind of guy, is that you other guys out there, you guys that, well, you consider yourselves normal, this guy to you looks to be kind of like you when you were starting out, learning about relationships. Looks like you're learning about relationships. This is the kind of guy, you guys out there, if you come across some guy and he looks like he just needs somebody to take him under their wing, and there are guys like that that are not this kind of guy, where you take them under your wing, you show them the ropes, and they learn, they get relationships with a female. Of course, this is assuming that they're not homosexual, but this is the type of guy that a lot of them, the majority of them, you know, you take them under your wing and you just show them the ropes because they just need a little guidance. And these guys, you know, they're just like you. Even they didn't necessarily try to figure it out on their own. You're kind of helping them along, and then they take off, and they're good after that. They go out, they date, they get girlfriends, and so on and so forth, and later on get married, and so on and so forth. It's a natural process. But another kind of guy is out there that looks just like this, like he's learning about relationships, like he needs somebody to take him under his wing, but he never quite gets it. He's going through the motions, wants to be accepted by the group, may even actually learn how to do this. Get with a girl, have a girlfriend, be social with everybody else, and actually even get married. Okay? But this kind of guy, another kind of guy, is the type that, you ladies out there, if you're married to this kind of guy, your common thing that you would say about this guy is, oh my God, it's like I have to beg for sex. If you're married to this kind of guy, or in a relationship with this kind of guy, not yet married, but it seems like you're like, well, he's great to be around, with converse and everything like that, but it just feels like maybe a little something's missing. I mean, he's there, but it's like I have to beg. And there's differing degrees. That's what I want you to understand. It's not just one cookie cutter, this is the way exactly that it is. There's differing degrees for this kind of guy. And I'll get to that in a moment. Okay, if you've come across this kind of guy, he may seem to you to be just very friendly to a fault almost, like with everyone. He talks to guys, girls, homosexuals, everyone, the exact same way. Women, you'll find this kind of guy hard to read. I'm not talking about emotionally unavailable. I'm talking just this guy is hard to read, hard to figure out. It seems like at the same time he's giving you certain signals, next moment it's kind of like you're cut off. Now, for the guys, this is the kind of guy that's going to frustrate you because, again, you're showing him things and showing him over and over again. It seems like he never gets it. If you've come across this kind of guy, he probably a good majority of them prefer. They seem like they just, how can I put this? They're not quite there. You guys are like piling around and you're like, hey man, what's up? And you kind of, you know, this guy's just kind of there and he's just watching everybody. And it's like, not like he's oblivious, but he's almost more like he's an observer. He's observing you rather than participating in your social interactions. And he would be just as happy going off by himself and working on something mechanical, or reading a book, or playing a musical. Not to say that these, just because you read a book or do these things, that you're this kind of guy. I'm saying this kind of guy is happy just doing that. If he never saw another person, good percentage of these guys would be perfectly happy all by themselves, in a room, no other people around. They're not sociopaths, they're not crazy, they just enjoy activities as much as people. It's like there's no difference. Okay? Hint, hint, hint. So these guys, I would say, how can I put it? Socially, they're not socially inept, but they're socially, gosh, how do you put it? Socially neutral, I would say. Okay? And you guys have come across them. There's even a term for it. You've probably already figured it out by now. If you haven't, I'm just going to go straight for the kill. But before I do that, I just realized something else I need to tell you about this. These guys, again, a lot of times because they do still may have the desire to fit in, these guys are still guys. They're still fully functional as males. So what happens is, to fit in, they can function just like every other male, which is deceptive. So when they get married, they say, okay, I filled my function. I did what the socially acceptable thing was. I found a girl. I dated her. I said the right things, did the right activities with her, and she married me. Now I can, okay, the right thing to do now is to have kids. So we're going to do that. Function is, get married, have kids. I'm laughing because you're going to love this when I tell you what this is. And it seems like to the women, once they get married, it's like everything stops. That's what you really is going to feel like if you're married to this kind of guy right now. You're going to say, gosh, the dating relationship was great. It seemed like everything went well. We went to marriage. I found like it seemed to be the man of my dreams, and we get married and everything stops. Like time stopped. He just stopped. Like he filled his quota and it's over. Done. Well, there's a word for these kind of guys. Just another kind of guy. You guys are already familiar with it. And I believe the spelling on it is, where can I put it at? I'll put it right underneath here. I believe the spelling is, I'm probably wrong. I'm not sure about it. I'm trying to remember how to spell it. Eunuch. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be an ICH right there. I should have looked it up before but let me tell you a little bit about this. There are differing degrees. Eunuchs, again, are fully functional, just like any other male. The problem is, because they still want to be social, what's happening is a eunuch, to a different degree, they still are functional by means they actually do have a drive, sex drive, but it's so minimal, it's never non-existent, that these guys, we're talking, the women who are complaining about, just, oh, it only happens once a month or once every 2 or 3 months, you got yourself a eunuch. And there's differing degrees. Again, what happens is their drive is so low that they are either minimally functional or almost like non-functional. It's the socially acceptable norms they want to fit in that cause them to go ahead, and if they emulate the married lifestyle, they feel an obligation. So that's what's happening. And before I run over 10 minutes and not able to put this video up, I'm going to stop it right there.